Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for February 8th, 2012. It is currently 9 a.m. and temperatures are rising from the lower 20s to lower 30s into the mid 20s to lower 30s and even a few mid 30s in Philadelphia metropolitan area. And we have a little bit of light snow and snow showers approaching the northern mid-Atlantic this morning. Nothing major, but we could see anywhere from a half an inch to an inch of snow, maybe even as much as 2 inches in portions of south central Pennsylvania, around Lancaster and points to the west. Reading, Philadelphia, anywhere around an inch, if that. And on the roadways, it's going to have a little bit of a trouble accumulating on the pavement. So I really don't expect a major impact here, but considering how quiet this winter has been, it's getting some people, let's just say, excited about the prospect of a little bit of snow. Here is the latest radar, and you can see that our disturbance is moving to the east. We do have some areas of snow showers. Now, notice that we don't have a large area of concentrated moderate snowfall. We do have some shades of green here, which would suggest a little bit of moderate snowfall sprinkled in and out of this disturbance. But for the most part, we're dealing with very, very light snowfall, basically flurries for the most part here, and then a few heavier snow showers mixed in. So this is clearly not a major snowfall event. It's pretty much just a very minor event, anywhere from a half an inch to an inch of snow, isolated 2 inches, especially to the south and west of the Philadelphia metro and over southern New Jersey. You could get a little bit of a uptick over an inch of snow in areas to the south of Philadelphia because you're closer to that disturbance and the moisture source coming off of the Atlantic. When we take a look at the infrared satellite picture, you can see our disturbance. It's not even a fully formed cold front, warm front complex here. It's just a typical weak disturbance moving in the upper level pattern. We have our polar vortex developing over southern Canada, and we have a ridge forming over the Bahamas and the coastal waters of the southeast. And you can see that with the upper level winds here, how the winds come from the west and then from the northwest and then to the west over New England and the Great Lakes, and from the southwest over the southeast and along the Gulf Coast. So we have a trough and a weakening disturbance approaching, and as a result, we get a weakening disturbance due to that confluence and convergence aloft. All in all, again, this is not a major storm in any way, shape, or form. More of a nuisance disturbance that will move through this afternoon and evening, with a few lingering snow showers early tomorrow morning. Not much in the way of accumulation and not much of a major impact. If anything, for the rush hour, it might catch a few people by surprise coming home this evening with some snow showers. And of course, it doesn't take much to create some slick roadways, so use some caution. And take a look at the latest model guidance. You can see that we have our disturbance rapidly exiting off the coast by this evening. Here's our polar vortex that is very strong over portions of Quebec, and this disturbance, this upper level low polar vortex complex, is going to drop a little bit further south and transport some much colder air into the northern mid-Atlantic. Now for tomorrow, I'm expecting dry conditions, seasonable temperatures. We're talking about the upper 30s to mid 40s for highs, maybe even a few upper 40s over portions of southern New Jersey. But as we move towards this weekend, you can see the polar vortex will slowly inch a little bit further south, and with that, we'll have a strong disturbance from the polar jet stream dive south and east towards the mid-Atlantic coast with a very impressive Arctic air mass on its heels. By this weekend, that disturbance is going to develop off the east coast. Now, this pattern is still too progressive to support a winter storm. The reason why is that, well, look at the Atlantic. It doesn't really show any form of blocking. Now, there are some who suggest that this disturbance here could support a weak negative NAO. It just really isn't that impressive. It's not that well developed, and if anything, it's just a minor disturbance in the overall synoptic pattern or large-scale pattern that is developing over North America. As a result, I think that this storm stays out to sea and will remain more of a threat for ocean liners and boats out here in the Atlantic than it would for the immediate coast, stating that I still expect some snow and rain showers on Saturday, changing over to all snow showers. Could be a similar event and a half an inch to an inch of snow possible. The big news is going to be the Arctic air that's going to be coming in as temperatures are going to struggle in the lower to mid 30s, leading to, well, some of the coldest air we've seen so far this month, which really isn't saying much considering this winter. This disturbance and the associated low pressure system will rapidly move to the east and exit out into the Atlantic. Thereafter, I'm expecting breezy conditions on Sunday and very cold, temperatures struggling in the mid 20s to lower 30s. And with a nice northwesterly wind, temperatures are going to feel like they're in the upper teens to mid 20s on Sunday afternoon. Not exactly the prettiest of weekends, but then again, it is February, so we've been pretty lucky so far throughout much of this winter. The cold air won't last, though, as high pressure shifts off the coast. Dry conditions and moderating temperatures can be expected for the start of next week, with temperatures rebounding back into the 40s, possibly touching 50 degrees by Tuesday afternoon. That is your forecast discussion for today. Again, for today, look out for a little bit of light snow, snow showers, a half an inch to an inch of snow at most for most locations, an isolated 2 inches for portions of southeastern Pennsylvania and southern New Jersey. And again, most of that's going to be on the grass anyway. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Have a wonderful day.